Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We got a list of 14 properties, and there are some zingers today. So stay tuned for a great list. And if you watch these videos enough, you know that I can be brutally honest when I give feedback, and that's not going to change anytime soon. We start off with this one on Main Street East, so in the Bristol building, and 282, one bedroom plus a den. I would say for the extra amount you'd pay for a two bedroom, it's probably a better investment to go full on at the two. There's a tenant in here, so there's just a lot of stuff. And generally, I mean, tenants don't have the same, I would say, tie-in with the result as somebody who owns the house. So we do tend to see, actually, they leave it quite well for somebody who's renting here, but it still doesn't look the same as someone who would actually live here and take some of the stuff away and do some of the simplification. But it looks good. I like the extra cabinet in the bathroom here. Like I said, I would rather say for the price difference, I'd go with something like this at 309. You've got about 1,000 square feet. I think it's the Windsor model, two bedrooms, and so it's on the ground floor. Now it also looks right onto the pond, which is a nice thing. So you do find that there's some people that don't like the main floor, but having the pond there, I'm thinking probably is a cancellation on the value, and it's a wash straight off. And so 309 for a two bedroom, that's what they're going for. That's what they go for here. That's what they go for at cost again. For about 1,000 square feet, two bedrooms, that's the range. 261 is the maintenance fees. Fitzgerald is at 369. And it's a very small house. It's not a tremendously large floor, main floor especially. So you've got California shutters here. A lot of hallway gets eaten up, and then you've got your kitchen plus one room. That's basically this house in a nutshell. I don't know if that angle is really doing much for this house. I find the pictures really don't do it a lot of justice, and it has a finished basement. So my whole thing is this is getting close to entry point on townhouses. So semi-detached, I think smart pricing. I think they should do pretty well just by nature of being a semi in that range. Gaisley Circle's 372.9. It's one of two models. I'm not sure if it's the Clayton or the Hexham. 13 to maybe 1450 square feet, somewhere around there. 372.9. It looks like a partly finished basement, although there's no measurement for the basement here, and it looks like there's a tenant in here as well. So don't expect miracles inside the house. I do recall that address being listed at some point in the past. I can't remember what it actually sold for. So Tupper is at 374.9, and so very clean and tidy home. You basically have one big open concept area on the main floor, so you just have to be careful with the scale of your furniture. You've got eating here. Do you do another eating table here? Do you just have one big open family room? And then you've got three bedrooms upstairs with two full bathrooms and about a 22 by 85 foot lot. 374 doesn't seem that far off. I look at what else you can get for that money. You can get something like this on Gifford for just a little bit more, and so you've now got a separation of true dining room plus family room plus the kitchen. And I would say that the carpets, I don't know how they'd show in person. They don't add a lot to the home when you see it in the pictures. Maybe it's better for staining a little bit darker. Maybe you don't see all the little marks in it and stuff like that. But you know, a model that had similar features, and I might even say a little bit of a better kitchen, was listed last week at 372. It's now pending under an offer. At 79, they're not that far off, but I'd be surprised if they sold for that. Although there's a lot of variation now in prices. So we see a lot of things that better homes are actually selling for less than worse homes, and it's very bizarre. And I think that's what happens this time of year because we're comparing the stuff from the last few months from Christmas. But what we're seeing is that the market seems to be hitting up a little bit through the spring. And so this transition period, we're getting good sales, we're getting low sales, depending on what you're looking at. Competition versus what's sold in the past. Now this one on Farmstead is at 417. Absolutely beautiful inside. You've got brick, plus you've got the stonework here. You've got high 9-foot ceilings, which is something you don't get with a lot of these models. You've got your California shutters throughout the house. Custom light fixtures, granite counters, very, very high-end appliances here, iron pickets. So this one really shows about as well or better than a lot of the model homes that I've seen. I've been inside of this one. Upgraded underpad upstairs. You've got a glass shower. And then just to top it off, there's a beautiful finished basement downstairs with some Berber carpet. There's also a 2-piece bathroom downstairs, and then it's wired for 7.2 surround sound. I'm not a tech geek, but there's a high definition projector. So it's a retractable powered screen here. So this comes down, and I mean, you know, you've got it's very, very cool. So anyways, this home is very sexy, and at $417 it is, I think, a great price. Centennial Forest is $434,900. You've got a bungalow here, and we'll check to make sure it has the loft, but you've got the same model is actually for sale just down the road, and it's at, I think, $414,900. And so these guys obviously look a lot better. They have more upgrades, more finishes, 2 bedrooms plus laundry. You could live on the main floor on this one here. The basement even looks a lot better than the one down the street. And I'm not sure if they just forewent the fence, foregoed, I don't know what the word is, if they just didn't decide to do a fence and just did a garden. But either way, there's more money spent on the landscaping here too. So $434,900, they'd really have to justify why they're better. And I can see absolutely more value than the one down the street. But is it $20,000? So it does look like there is a bedroom on the second floor, which is another advantage over that one. So it does seem like it's in the right range based on that. Even if you add an extra $10,000 for that bedroom upstairs, and then you say, is the difference 10? I would say probably at least. So Donnelly is $439,000. Semi-detached, about 1,800 square feet. Not a very wide room, but boy, this home looks very nice. I mean, this is another model home quality house. Ridiculous upgrades in here. The countertops, the backsplash, the moldings, the pot lights, and even the color choices, I think, are really amazing. So somebody definitely has an eye for design, far more than I do, and even very interesting to see the crib right in the middle of the room so you can walk around it versus most people putting it against the wall. They've done little details on the walls here. Simply breathtaking. This home is going to sell. I know it for sure. There's no doubt in my mind. It looks beautiful. So Weston Drive is $474,878. We know it's less than 2,000 square feet. You've got a front living dining room here. Then you've got your kitchen directly adjacent to an eat-in area, and then you've got the family room in the back. So it's a little bit of a different layout than we see for a lot of the homes in the area, and I think it's a nice, refreshing change. And you can see how the door comes off of that eat-in area, and then this is your whole family room. You've got a ceiling effect here. Really, you know, it's about the average price for that size of property. So I think with the different layout, they do have a certain competitive advantage. So we're jumping up to the $639,000 range right now. We've got this one in Serafini, which is a bungalow loft, and it says it's more than 2,500 square feet. You can see it was the model home from Coscorp. We've seen similar sized homes. Like there was one on Forbes that backed onto Green Space that sold in the mid sixes, and so 3 bedrooms here. You've got the extended glass and everything else in the shower. Looks like a nice home. So I think that if it is truly more than 2,500 square feet, they're probably in the right range. Wrigglesworth is a fantastic house. It's one of my favorite floor plans. It's called the Arista Livingston model. And you've got, I think, one of the better curb appeals that we see in this entire price range. You get inside the house. You've got a nice ivory kitchen here. You've got the subway tile backsplash, Corian counters, stainless steel appliances. That's the dining room when you first walk in. Nice 18-foot ceiling here. So good pictures matter, and you can see the way this room really presents to your eyes versus getting a normal camera where it probably looked like a 1-story. 2-story family room here, extra windows on this one right at the top of the stairs. It's very bright, and you've got this little main floor office off of the kitchen, which is very functional, and then you also have main floor laundry. You can see another effect from being at the top of the stairs and how open everything is. You've got your master plus 3 very good sized bedrooms. Master's nice and big there too with the bay windows, and you're getting more property because you're on the corner right on the bend on Wrigglesworth, so you're actually about 43 feet wide, which is a good size. So $644 for this one. Move-in ready in this price range seems to be the homes that are really attracting attention. If you're not good like that one, you're sitting around. So that one is an amazing deal. First line is $669. We've got a double car garage tucked around the side, and the home itself is on just under 2 acres. It's a little close to the train tracks, but beside that, Besides that, I would say the house has been taken care of exceptionally well, and I don't know if that gym is really adding anything. I think of this picture with and without the gym. I mean, obviously it's nice to see the gym and you're looking over the above ground pool and everything like that, but the home looks great. I think there's a lot of value here, a lot of land, and if you can live with being close to the train tracks, I think you're doing okay on that one. Reese Court is, I believe, the last listing of the day. It's at 829. We've got a 50-foot by 97-foot lot. And remember, the largest builders are building right now is 43 feet. So at 50 feet, nice sized piece of property. I think it overlooks, it's got a clear view of the escarpment, which is a good thing. But beyond there, I don't really know much about the model. It basically just says largest luxury model home at premium lot. I don't know what that means. So I tried to look at the room measurements here. We know it's more than 3,500 square feet, which narrows it down to a handful of models. Granite counters, crown moldings, hardwood floors. So it's looking like it's in the game for sure. 9-foot ceilings on both main and second floors is a very unique thing. So I think this one's a player, but I don't know without seeing the pictures which model it is. So and Reese is a very desirable street as well. So if you have any questions, give us a call. If you want to see anything in today's list, I would say absolutely give us a call. There are some real winners in this one. This is probably one of the better lists we've seen this month. And have a great day. We'll see you later.